Hello my student, my name is Arpita Sharma. Welcome to AriserTalent. I'm your maths faculty. Okay, so we are going through a chapter, interesting chapter that we have just started and some theory we have studied, that is coordinate geometry. Okay, in that we somehow study about the coordinate axis, the Cartesian coordinates, okay, the quadrant, we were on quadrant, right. So, we are discussing quadrant and the definition of quadrant was the axis divide the plane into 4 parts. These 4 parts are called quadrants. Then, so the plane consists of axis and quadrant. Plane consists of axis, okay, and quadrant. Why we are making this big diagram? Because we have to understand it thoroughly. So, if I am talking about this, if this is a plane, these are the 4 parts, okay. So, these are the quadrants and the axis. So, if I am talking about this particular plane, it consists of only the quadrants and the coordinate axis, okay. So, these two we are having, what and what? So, plane consists of the axis and coordinate axis, these are x axis and y axis, okay. So, if you just remind that will be O, right, that is x dash, right, that is y and that is y dash, understood, okay. Now, the plane is called the Cartesian plane or the coordinate plane or the xy plane. We have discussed all 3 names in our previous lecture. These axes are called the coordinate axis. Now, the coordinates is 1/4 part of a plane divided by the coordinate axis. How it is so? Student, if I talk about this, I have told you this x dash is basically perpendicular to this y dash, or you can say the other way, like y dash is perpendicular to x dash. Now, if it's perpendicular, if I draw this line and I will make a perpendicular it, that angle will be 90 degree, right, perpendicular, so 90 degree, that will be also perpendicular, 90 degree and 90 degree. So, the 360 degree are basically divided into 4 parts, that is 90, 90, 90, 90. So, all the parts are equal, yes or no? Aditya, yes or no? Yes, okay. So, what I am saying that these axes divide this particular plane in 4 equal quadrants. This will be our first quadrant. Which quadrant? First quadrant, then second, then third and the fourth. Now, student, this is anti-clockwise because the clock moves like this, but we are moving in the opposite direction. We always do this. So, that will be first, that is second, that is third and that is fourth. So, that will be anti-clockwise. So, do not mistake it. Okay. Now, these are for quadrant equal. So, if this is the complete part, this part is obviously 1/4 of the complete parts, okay, that will also be 1/4. Similarly, that will be also 1/4 and that will be also 1/4. Right or wrong? Right now? Okay. Then the quadrant is a 1/4 part of a plane divided by coordinate axis. Now x, O, y. I have told you this x, O, y or y, O, x is what? The first quadrant. What we call it? First quadrant. So, can I write here first quadrant? This is what? Or I can just shift it here. first quadrant, or should I just change this first quadrant, that is what, x o y, x o y, or can I say y o x. This is similar quadrants are here. Okay, now if I talk about second quadrant is this, so this is y o x dash, so y o x dash, or can I say x dash o y, because both are similar. Okay, now if I talk about the third quadrant is this. Now x dash o y dash, x dash o y dash, x dash o y dash, or I can say what, y dash o x dash, right. If I talk about the fourth one now, that is x o y dash. What is this? X o y dash, or y dash o x, y dash o x. So these are the fourth quadrants we have to deal with, right? Okay, so what you will do, you will note this completely, note that completely, noted, right. So should we move forward, students? Here it's bothering. Okay, now it will not bother anyway. Okay, rules of sign of coordinates. Rules, there are some rules, you know, always wherever we go, school, college, tuition, there are some certain rules and we have to follow it ideally. Okay, if we do not follow it, what will be done? We will not go on that part. Okay, so we'll follow the rules here, and the rules are quite simple here, very simple rules. If I'll go with dash, if I'm going with the dash, I have to deal with negative one. Okay, so if I'm going with the dash, I have to deal with the negative, and if I'm going with no dash here, so I'll be positive. Okay, so understand this. I'll divide these things in that manner. Okay, now if I'm having a point, why it's important? Because a point, I was telling in the first lecture also, the complete story is only about a point. The complete story is only about a point. Okay, it's too much louder. Okay, right. So the complete story is about a point. The point can be here, the point can be here, the point can be here, and the point can be here also. So if the point is here, is any dash here, no dashes here, so that there is no negative thing at all. So the thing will be positive, two things will be positive. Now tell me those two things, what I have told you about the point, the abscissa and the ordinate, the abscissa and the ordinate, the abscissa and the ordinate. So here that will be x and y. I always talk about a point P. If this point P is here and having this x and y as abscissa and ordinates, why I am repeating it? Why I am repeating? Because that should be very clear to you. Now if this is positive and this is positive, why? Because I am not having any dash here, I am not having any dash here. So that is positive and positive. That means positive and positive. If I go there in the second quadrant, my dear student, there is a dash? No. Is there a dash? Yes. So that is what? A combination of, what is abscissa? What is abscissa on the x-axis? Is this positive or negative? Negative, right. What is ordinate? Y. The value on y will be positive or negative. Is there a dash? No. So positive, right. If I go with the third axis, is there a dash? Yes. Is there a dash? Yes. Two dashes, two negative, so much of negative. Okay, I am not going to the abscissa and ordinate. I will just simply write negative. Now come in that fourth part. Now in that part, if I talk about the point P having the abscissa and ordinate x and y, now x is here, right there in your right there in front of your eyes, and it's having no dash at all. So x is positive, so our abscissa is positive. Now talking about this ordinate, this having a dash, and we will just write a negative here. So now understand this, in this first quadrant we are having positive abscissa, positive ordinate. In that we are having negative abscissa, positive ordinate. In the third quadrant we are having both negative abscissa and ordinate, and in that section we are having positive abscissa and negative ordinate. Okay, so understood that. Now what you have to do, copy it quickly so that we can move to further things. Okay, now if you copied now, so now if you go with this rules of sign, now I have taught you in that manner because I know you are not going to sincerely have that look on these words, so I have just spoken that for you. Now in the first, we will go through the process of, okay. So in the first quadrant, both coordinates, that is abscissa and ordinate of a point, are positive. So first what it's saying, abscissa is positive and ordinate is positive. In the second quadrant for a point, abscissa is negative and ordinate is positive. In the third quadrant for a point, both abscissa and ordinate are negative. Now check it, don't trust me blindly, that is positive and positive. Here that is positive and positive. Second, this is negative and positive. Here it is negative and positive. Here it is negative and negative. Here also it's negative and that's negative. So now you can trust me on that, right? Okay. So in the fourth one, we are having this point as positive and negative. So fourth one, positive and negative. Now you have cross checked it. Now you have to take it sincerely because what I'm telling you is right. Okay, so done with that checkpoint. Okay, now here's a table, this tabular form of x coordinate and y coordinate. Now tell me, what is this x coordinate? Abscissa. And what is this y coordinate? Ordinate. Just remove this c, ordinate, CO, right? So that y is ordinate, this is abscissa. For first quadrant we are having these positives, for second quadrant we are negative and positive, for third quadrant negative and negative, and the fourth quadrant that is positive and negative. So points will be like this only. So we have understood this tabular form, this complete figure, and these 4 points in the simple figure here. So that's why I have made it that clear and big and understandable for you. So thank me later. Okay, now now it's having some exercise for us, right? Exercise is good for health students. So from the adjoining figure, from this figure we have to find what, abscissa we have to find, ordinate we have to find, and this coordinates of a point P we have to find. Now what is abscissa? This complete length will be the abscissa, this complete length will be ordinate, and the coordinates of points will be here. What's the value of x, what's the value of y? Now we write this value with sign. If there is a positive sign, we don't mention positive sign, but if there is a negative, we will mention that. What we will mention? The negative thing we will mention. We will not mention the positive. People do like this. Okay, so you can relate it that in that manner. Okay, so student, if I talk about this question, can I just solve this question in here only? Okay, so abscissa. Now abscissa is the value of x. Now value of x is here what? 1, 2, 3. So this is 3. So abscissa is equals to what? 3. Now I'll talk about ordinate. Ordinate is what? At y. So y is ordinate. Now value of y is 4 here. So 4 here, so ordinate is 4. Now coordinates of a point. Coordinates of a point P are what? Let's suppose x and y. Now the value of x is what? 3. Okay, positive or negative? Positive, right? Okay. Now value of y is 4, positive or negative? Positive or negative? Positive, right? This is the first quadrant. This is this side now, first quadrant. In first quadrant we have seen we are having both positive. You can see here we are having both positive, and in the language we can say that first quadrant both coordinates abscissa and ordinate will be positive. So in short there will be no negative sign. Okay, so that will be 4. So yes, this is our answer. So note it. Okay. So student, noted that. So should we move to the next question? Okay. Okay. So our next question is draw a rectangular PQRS in which PQRS in which vertices P, Q, R and S are 1, 4, minus 5, 4, minus 5, minus 3 and 1, minus 3 respectively. So now we are provided with points, location of points, and I have told you this complete exercises are on the points. Yes, this complete thing of coordinate geometry is just to locate a point, and that point is very important, right? Okay. So we have to draw a rectangle. Now what is rectangle? If I talk about a rectangle, this is a rectangle. What is the basic property of rectangle? Rectangle is basically a quadrilateral. You know it very well. A quadrilateral, that means having 4 sides which are perpendicular to each other. Now we are having 2 sets of parallel lines here, 2 parallel lines here, and these 2 set of parallel lines here are basically perpendicular to each other, and it's a closed figure. So this is about rectangle, right? Now we have to we have to draw a rectangle, and we have some points here. So okay, what we will do for this? So we are having this P equals to, okay, P 1, 4, Q minus 5 and 4, R minus 5 and minus 3, and S 1 and minus 3 respectively. Again 1, 4, minus 5, 4, minus 5, minus 3 and 1 minus 3 respectively. PQRS, right, PQRS. Okay. So okay, so this is basically the question. We are having a rectangle PQRS. We are not sure about these points, if this is P or if this is Q, or if this is Q, sorry, this is P and this is Q. So this is quite little bit confusing. So what we will do, we will follow this thing. What we are having, this kind of axis, that is x axis, x dash. What I have done, that is y dash. Correct me where I am wrong. Okay, that is y dash, and there will be a what, perpendicular to this y dash, that is x dash, and that will be the coordinate axis, and that is the coordinate plane. Now what we have to do, locate the points. Now we will pick the first come first. Okay, so first point is P. Now this is 1 and 4. Now abscissa x is positive, that is 1. So if I draw this 1, 2, 3, 4 here, so maximum is what, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and similarly here also. So that will be minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5. What I am done? That is positive. Okay, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that is minus 2, minus 3, minus 4 and minus 5. Now in that case you can just simply write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why? Because we know that this quadrant having positive, this quadrant having negative, this will be having a negative, and this will be having a positive negative. Okay, so we are having the first 1 and 4. Now 1 and 4 both positive will go in the first quadrant, so that will be 1 here, 1 here, so that line will be there, and the 4 here, so that line will be here. Now that will cross in that point, so that point is basically our point P. This is point P, and which is 1, 4. This is the first point we have plotted. Okay, we have to make a rectangle, but we have to find out the other locations also. Now Q, -5 and 4, -5. So the negative is abscissa. Now negative abscissa and the positive is ordinate. Negative abscissa is here, positive ordinate is here. So there will be this quadrant. In the second quadrant, you will be having this x as negative and y as positive. So that is -5 and 4. So -5 is here and 4 is here. So there will be a point here, and that's Q, right guys? -5 and 4. That's the second point. Now the third, minus, now minus are sorry, minus are in what? In the third quadrant. Now minus are in third quadrant, so what will we do? We'll be just joining this -5 and this -3 here. Okay, so this is our point R, that is -5 and -3. This is our point R. Now S, 3 and -1. So 3 sorry, that is not 3 and -1, 1 and -3. So 1 is positive and -3 is negative. So that is a combination of positive and negative. Now positive negative will lie in the fourth quadrant. So there will be a 1. So x1 is here and -3. So -3 is there. So that will go this like this, and that will go like this. There will be a point, and the point will be 1 minus. So you are having these four points, and you have to make a rectangle. Now what you are going to do, you will just simply meet these points with the scale, help of your scale. This is the required rectangle. How will you do that? You will create axis, x-axis and y-axis. First step. Second step, you will mark the points in the quadrants one by one. Now, then if the rectangle is PQRS, then you will make sure to meet P with Q, Q with R, and R with S, and then S with P to make a closed figure, and your rectangle is here, right? So then apne ko, so here this question is solved. Now you can just note down this question, okay? Note down this. Okay. So done with that question. So now can we rub that one? Okay. Now you are thinking, why I am not rubbing this diagram? I am liking this diagram. I won't be rubbing this diagram. You have to tolerate it, right? Now next, distance between 2 points. This is important. This is important. Mark it. It's important. You have to learn it. Okay. Okay, you have to. Okay, now what is this? Distance between 2 points. Distance between 2 points. And what is this? This theorem is the distance between 2 points P. Now I am having 2 points P whose abscissa and ordinate are x1 and y1. Now I am having the Q whose abscissa and abscissa and ordinates are x2 and y2, right, is given by, if I am having a line, sorry, I am having a point P and I am having a point Q, wherever it is, the distance between these 2 points will be the line. Okay. So, if I talk about the distance between these two, can I just directly write PQ? I can write this. So, I am just writing PQ here, because the coordinates are of these point P and Q and we are talking about the distance between them. So, distance will be surely the PQ. Okay. So, PQ equals to what? Here root of PQ equals to root of x2 minus x1 whole square. That means the abscissa part, okay, the abscissa part and the difference of abscissas and whole square. Then plus of y2 minus 1 whole square, again here x2 x1, here y2 y1, the difference of that. Now differences of abscissa and difference of ordinate, right. Now if this is x2 is 5, now it will say that if the x2 is 5 and x1 is 3, y2 is 7 and y1 is 7 and sorry, this is y1, okay, y1 is 7, I can write it again, y1, sorry, y2 right, y2 is 7 and y1 is, let us suppose 4. In that condition, that will be 5 minus 3 and plus of 7 minus 4 square and square, right. If it exchange like x2 is the smaller one and x1 is the greater one. So, that will be 3 and 5 here, but there will be a negative, but what? This is square and there will be no need of that being obsessed by that what if it is negative. If even if this term is negative, that is a square, there is a square. So, that your why it is so, think about it, this is a distance cannot be negative, So, basically that will be positive, this term will be positive here because we are having a positive sign here. Even then this term will be negative or this term will be negative, there is a square, that will make that positive in any way. So, this positive and this positive will always make a positive. So, there is a positive and relatable thing. Okay. So, this is the distance between 2 points, So, note this, there are some questions, direct questions on this theorem, that the distance between, how it is so, like distance between P and Q is something like that, how? We will understand it, just be sure about that, we will understand it, but is that clear to you guys? Okay, we will use this direct formula, okay, so that should be clear to you. This is important, mark it and note this completely, okay. So, should I rub? Okay. Now, if O is the origin and P, X and Y is any point, then from the above formula we have, if O is the origin. Now, if O is the origin, what will it be? The x1 and y1 will become 0. Now, the x1 and y1 will become 0 because the coordinates of the origin is always 0, 0. So, if we substitute x2 and y2 equals to x and y here, and x1 y1 is 0 and 0 here, y is 0 and 0 because coordinates of origin is like this only. So, that will square, that will become square of plus. So, that will be under root of x square plus y square, isn't it? Under root of x square plus y square, note this. Okay. So, there will be OP if we are taking one point as One point is origin, you can directly apply this formula, then you don't need to go at that formula. You can just apply this formula, that will be simple to you guys. Okay. So, this is about today's session. Okay, we have completed this session and we have find out some interesting portion in that. Okay, some interesting things in that. So, we are just concluding this session for now, but in our next lecture, we will come with some more good questions and more good theories. Till then, take care students, bye bye.